वैभव सर, सरांचं आज गेस्टचं नाव काय सर मॉर्निंग सेशनचं?
सरांचं नाव डॉक्टर आर टी बेंद्रे.
ओके.
सर 10 वाजता जॉईन होतील सर.
हा, ठीक आहे ठीक आहे, चालेल. फक्त मला सांगा सर.
आणि आज ऐका ना सर, आज सब टायटल चालू करा बरं का, ते फॉरेनचे स्टुडंट खूप रिक्वेस्ट करतात त्यासाठी.
माईक का?
नाही नाही, सब टायटल्स.
ओके ओके
पण आज इंग्लिश मध्येच आहे, त्याच्यामुळे नाही गरज पडणार.
ओके ओके,
पण
चालेल सर.
हिंदी किंवा मराठीचं असेल त्या दिवशी सब टायटल्स द्या. आज सर इंग्लिश मध्येच बोलतील.
हा, ठीक आहे,
पण
चालेल
तरी,
सर.
हा तरी तुम्ही सब टायटल चालू ठेवा, बघू काय होतं.
ठीक आहे ठीक.
गौरव बोलतोय का?
येस येस.
हो हो. तर गौरव सर, तुम्ही ते सब टायटल चालू करा आज प्लीज.
ओके.
ठेवू का?
येस येस.
All the participants of pre-PhD course is requested that they should have to put their roll number into message box. This will consider as your presentee. Only 28 or 29 student has put their presentee into the message box, and overall more than 60 students are presented. So those who are not put their presentee into the message box, please put it as early as possible, because on a 10 o'clock we will start the session. Before that you should have to record your presentee into the message box. Bedre sir, are you joining the meeting?
Yes, yes. I have joined.
Okay, shall we start, sir?
Please, please.
Okay, just a minute.
I think before that, you should make me co-host or co-admin, whatever is possible there.
Yes, sir. I will make you a co-host.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Gaurav, please make the sir co-host.
Yes, sir.
And make the setting in such a way that I should be able to see some of the people here. कम से मैं कुछ लोगों को यहाँ देख पाऊँ, क्योंकि अभी तो व्यू का सेटिंग ऐसा है कि सिर्फ मैं अपने आप को देख पा रहा हूँ. Yes, now one person is visible to me. Priya ma'am is there.
गौरव सर म्हणतायत तशी सेटिंग करून द्या सरांना सगळे पार्टिसिपेंट दिसायला पाहिजे.
Yes, yes. Some of them at least.
हा आणि सबटायटल सुरू करा.
Subtitle, okay.
No, some of the foreign students are there, sir, so they don't
Okay,
understand
okay.
Marathi and Hindi.
Of course,
So for
I won't be using Marathi.
no, but in other sessions there is a problem. Yesterday we have a Hindi session. And that time it was problematic that they didn't understand anything.
Yes, okay.
So that we got a command from the
Eh,
our supervisor that
okay.
they should have to start.
Anyway, you think proper.
Okay.
I think we should begin now. So, Vaibhavji, shall we start? Am I audible to you? I know all of you are muted. You
Sir,
can,
I just
yes.
want to introduce yourself first,
Okay,
then we
okay.
will start.
Besides, I would like to make request to participants. I know that you are muted, and if I ask some question, you may
Answer
respond
the question.
me using the chat box.
Okay. So shall I introduce you, sir?
Yes, please.
Okay. So today's our distinguished respected guest, Dr. R.T. Bendre, sir. Sir is director into the Human Resource Development Center, HRDC. Director Hari Singh Gaur Vishwavidyalaya, a central university, Sagar, into Madhya Pradesh. Sir has a very good academic career. Sir has completed Masters English from Maharashtra Udayagiri Mahavidyalaya in year 1996 with first rank into merit. Graduated from Gyan Upasak Arts, Science and Commerce College, Parbhani in the year 1994. Sir has Bharati Vidyapeeth Pune confirmed him as a doctoral degree. It means that Sir has got PhD from 2009 and Madurai Kamaraj University, Madurai, Tamil Nadu. Sir has awarded MPhil. He has been presently serving as the director of UGC HRDC, Dr. Hari Singh Gaur Vishwavidyalaya, Central University, Sagar, MP, since uh, October 19. Worked as a full-time principal in Sri Pandit Guru Pradhikaran Mahavidyalay, Shirsada district, Bitur, Bid, for 6 years. Several serve as a lecturer in English in Arts, Commerce and Science College, Gangakhed. Sirs have very good publication. Published 5 articles on the NEP 2020 and 6 articles on higher education issues. Sir has completed 4 research projects. Sir is research supervisor. Has under his supervision, 11 student has got their PhD and 4 student got their MPhil. So, sir's interest area or research area is higher education in India and Indian English drama. So, this is the very small introduction of today's guest. Hope you will enjoy his lecture, and this would be treat for you, knowledge treat for you. So, I will request to the Bedre sir that please start your session.
Thank you, Dr. Vaibhavji.
Yes, sir. So I'm with you, sir. When you need a break, you just tell me. I will stop
Yes,
it. So I
because
think that we
I
have to go.
need break because speaking for 3 hours
It is very very long, sir.
very taxing.
So we will take a break after 1 hour.
Whatever is
Uh-huh.
comfortable to me.
Okay, so you can start, sir.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I would like to thank in the very beginning Professor Satish Patilji, Honorable Director of this UGC HRDC, now known as MMTTC, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, Aurangabad, Professor Mustajib Khan Sir, Head Department of English, other respectable members of the department, Dr. Rafe, Assistant Director in MMTTC, and of course, Dr. Weber, who is, I think, active member of this, organizing this pre-PhD or PhD coursework, and my dear participants. As I have been told that there are some participants from foreign countries, some other countries, and naturally they are not well versed with Hindi and other regional languages of India. So it definitely, I should say, put some boundary for me. Otherwise, I could have switched from Hindi to English and English to Hindi. Anyway, I'll try to make it as simple as possible. So before I proceed, let me know how many are there who belong to other subjects than English. Vaibhavji, I think you are here. You can unmute yourself and
Yes, sir.
answer me. How many of these participants belong to other subjects than English?
Sir, near about means there are some 120-30 students right now. So mostly from the English, 80-84 students I think from the English, and other students are from different languages like Hindi, Pali, and Marathi also.
Okay, thank you.
So mostly students are English, so you can guide them into English. No problem.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Or now you may change the setting of the video also because I am alone visible there.
Okay. Gaurav, please make Gaurav sir.
हाँ बोलिए सर.
सर सरांना स्टुडंट दिसतील अशी काहीतरी व्यवस्था करा, त्यांची विनंती आहे.
यस यस.
ओके, मैंने तो परमिशन दे. आप पार्टिसिपेंट आप अपना कैमरा चालू कर सकते हैं.
हाँ हाँ हाँ.
Participants, you
So
can on
I
your
request to
camera
all research student, please start your videos.
Thank you.
because sir want to talk with you visually actually.
Because one way talk does not make a dialogue. It
That
makes
is
a monologue.
yes sir.
And as
Education is bipolar system,
yes,
so
and
you should have to be connect with the student.
yes, and as most of us, I say, are teachers, and some may have some teaching experience. And just imagine for a while that you go to the classroom with full preparation, and you see that empty benches are there, and just names of the students are written on that benches. Naturally, you will have no interest being there for a long time. The same experience a speaker may have if only the names are visible on the screen of the computer or laptop, whatever is there, and no one is seen there. And one more difficulty.
Sir, is it okay? Sir, is it okay?
Sir,
Sir,
Bedre sir
sir,
is not audible.
yes. I will talking with him.
Yes, I got it.
Sir, you
Now
can see
audible.
everyone right now. Everyone is on their cameras, and so you can
Yes,
talk with
yes,
them.
yes. So I was
So you
telling
can
this.
start.
I was telling the same thing.
Okay.
I went
Everyone
on.
is
I went on speaking for 2 or 3 minutes, and
okay.
my speaker was muted, so you could not listen whatever I said.
Okay.
Anyway, जहाँ तक मुझे याद है, as I remember, I was telling you that in the online mode, the speaker or whoever the resource person or the speaker is there, he or she needs some people or some faces there to respond to him. Otherwise, it will become a tedious one and he will not be able to continue it for a long time. Anyway,
It is
this,
it is like a monotonous, sir.
yes. So these are the things we are supposed to take care. One more thing, as we know that we are in online mode, and as I have requested you to keep your cameras on, take care that the place where you are seated, the place where you are located is worth seeing. I repeat, it is worth seeing. वो चीज देखने लायक हो जहां आप बैठे हो. I know online mode offers you many facilities. बहुत सारी रियायतें हमें देता है. You can keep your camera off. You can have food. You can have tea. You can do many more things. I also know that there are some limitations on the part of the participants also, because if some of you are working in some institute, college or somewhere, it is not possible that every time you receive full-time relieving letter or full-time relieving is there. You have to uh, work simultaneously. You have to work in the college also, and you have to attend these sessions also. So such some limitations are there, and I'm quite aware of that. But my request is that when your camera is on, take care that you are properly seated, properly dressed. ये भी ज़्यादा जरूरी है. Because for last 4 years we have been conducting, or for 4 years we have been conducting these activities in online mode, and many interesting and I can say eccentric things come up. Many eccentric. Let me share you my experience with you. I was conducting one session there, and one of the participants who was a very close friend of mine, and but he was not that much comfortable with technology, that much comfortable. So he kept his camera on, he kept his speaker on, mic on, and he moved to the chicken market. Remember, he moved to the chicken market, and whatever he was seeing, or wherever his mobile was, I can say,
Well,
moving, we were able to see everything there. Now the chicken were there, then the flesh market was there, and the dialogue between them, I was able to listen. He was asking you, what a nice hen it is, quite huge one. How much price? So everything I was able to listen to him. So please take care that such things do not take place in online mode. It not only embarrasses you but the people in the meeting also. So ऐसे एक्सीडेंट हमारे साथ ना हो, इस बात की हमें थोड़ी सी खबरदार लेनी होगी. Now let me move onward now. Now you know that uh, now there are some people who are quite senior, जैसे कि मैं यहाँ ज्योति मैम को देख रहा था, and one or two people are there who seem to be rather experienced one, and they may remember that some years back, probably before 2015 or 16, such pre-PhD course was not there, such exams were not there. It was the simply matter between the guide and the candidate. I think Dr. Vaibhav belongs to the same batch, where no such entrance was there, where no such pre-PhD course was there, no formalities were there. You have to
no,
go
sir.
to
My
university.
my batch was first batch to face the PhD course.
So I don't know whether you find
Uh,
yourself lucky or unlucky, but the thing started with you.
my batch was first. It was in. I was after 2009, sir. I was given the entrance of PhD, and then
Yes,
in
yes,
year 2020, I
yes.
was registered.
Yeah, that is what I am leading you to,
Oh, yes.
because we see that in 2009, UGC made major changes as far as these research degrees are concerned. Major changes were made there, and UGC went on making changes in the course of the times. You also remember what happened before 2009. Before 2009, what kind of things used to take place there? You know that when Vaibhav was introducing me, he mentioned one thing, that I completed my MPhil from Madurai Kamraj University in 2003, 5. But we remember that there was second amendment issued by UGC, through which UGC declared that, or UGC made it clear that those who are with MPhil are eligible to teach UG classes, and those who are with PhD will be able to teach UG and PG classes together. It means MPhil was, the degree of MPhil was considered a qualification to exempt the candidates from NET and SET and other exams there. And we know that in those 3 years, from 2006 to 2009, आपको याद होगा, from 2006 to 2009, I think some universities produced so many MPhil candidates that they did not produce from the inception of that university, or from the inception of that department of MPhil there. So those things took place there. Now, you will agree with me that we think that research is byproduct of teaching, or teaching learning, we can say. We also agree that research sharpens your ability, your teaching skill, your presentation skill. It makes you brief, it makes you pointed, and many more things are there. In every PhD Viva, there are two questions quite oftenly asked. One, as some of you must have undergone it. One, why you chose this topic? And second question, generally in the last part of the Viva, is that how this research is going to benefit you in the classroom teaching. And as usual, many people falter here. The answer should be, the research has made me pointed, very brief. I have learned how to be compact and how to present the thing in the exact manner before the student instead of moving here and there. That is the exact, I mean to say, immediate benefit of any research to you. Let that be. Now let me share my screen with you so that we can begin our things. Yes. Is it visible to you?
Yes, sir. We
Thank
can
you.
see your PPT.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, okay. एक मिनट ना, एक मिनट. 1 minute, 1 minute. एक मिनट. आप आपका जो पार्टिसिपेंट का ओवरऑल परफॉर्मेंस का है ना 20 मार्क का, वो जो 20 मार्क्स आपको देने हैं ना पार्टिसिपेंट्स को, 20 मार्क्स वो बना के हमें भेज दें ताकि बाकी चीजें बना सकें. अभी मैडम संतोष नहीं आया है आज. संतोष से बात करो, संतोष घर पे नेक्स्ट सेशन. सॉरी. हम बात कर रहे थे 2009 की एंड 2006, एंड आई रिमेम्बर एग्जैक्टली द डेट, 14 June 2006. That was the date. Sorry. On that particular date, UGC had issued second amendment regarding the qualification for the appointment of teachers and academic staff in the universities and colleges, and with which UGC had made MPhil as an exemption to rate and set. Prior that, you must remember one more thing. The first amendment that took place in, if I'm not wrong, 2002. Someone may correct me if I'm wrong there. अगर कुछ लोगों को ठीक से याद है तो शायद वो मुझे करेक्ट भी कर सकते हैं. And remember, what was that amendment? The first amendment was that those who submit their PhD thesis before December 2002 will be exempted from net and set. I repeat it. As the first amendment, UGC notified that those candidates who submit their PhD thesis before December 31st, 2002 will be exempted from the exams of set and net. And remember, when this was issued, it was issued in the month of June 2002. I remember. The amendment came in June 2002 and the deadline was given December 31st, 2002. It means there was a period of some 6 months with the candidates, with the teachers who were pursuing their PhD. And you know what happened there? In a rush, many universities received a large number of PhD theses without any order, without any proper things there. So my point is that the loss of research, the dilution of the quality of research was caused by, not by candidates, but it was caused by the UGC. And as a result, we can see that uh, no Indian university or no any higher education institute of India appears in the first 100 top universities in the world. We know that IISc Bangalore, I think 2 years back, appeared in the list of first 250 universities. I think perhaps later on it progress. But even today, there is not a single university from India which appears or which finds place in the world's top 100 universities. And the result is this one. This is one lost. Second lost, second loss is that public trust and its output. Today itself, I think someone shared with me some Marathi news uh, in some newspaper, questioning the quality of PhD research. Even today itself, on Facebook, someone shared with me. And it questions the way the research takes place, the way the degrees are awarded, and the way the output of those degrees are there. So, my point is that when you link your qualification, when you link your PhD degree with exemption, when you link your PhD degree or any research degree with some incentive, incentive means if you are PhD, you will be receiving 5 increments in the beginning. If you are in service, you will be receiving 3 increments. The whole things are now stopped now. There are going to be no additional increments for those teachers who get their PhD degree in service. Of course, initial increments are there. My point is that because of these two decisions on the part of UGC, much loss was caused. I repeat, these two decisions. One decision linking the research degrees with the exemption in some qualification. One thing. And second thing, incentivizing. आपको कुछ ना कुछ incentives मिलेंगे, additional degree, additional increments, then you have to spend less time for getting promotion and many more things are there. Now, because of these things, there was much loss caused to this, to the reputation of this PhD degree. And today we know that what people talk about our PhD degrees. I need not repeat what people say about our work, about our salary and about our degrees also. लोग बहुत अच्छा हमारे बारे में बात नहीं करते हैं. You will agree with me. They simply say the college teachers have no work at all. They just go there, sit there, have their food and come back. The perception is developed in such a way. And again, the matter, the affairs of the PhD have reached to the people also, and they also do not speak much good about this PhD degree. So, taking all these things into consideration, as I told you in the very beginning, that after 2009, particularly 1st July 2009, if I remember correctly, UGC made drastic changes. UGC made major changes in the admission process of PhD, in the procedural part of PhD, and in the examination part of PhD also. These are the 3 important things that UGC changed. One, there used to be admissions without any entrance for PhD, without any entrance. If some person, some gentleman is ready to accept you as his or her candidate to you, then there was no issue at all. As I told you, it was purely a personal matter, purely a private matter between research guide and candidate. And you just had to look after only the paperwork there. But we know that after 2009, as Vaibhavji rightly corrected me, that after 2009, some entrance was introduced. Then some such kind of PhD courses or pre-PhD courses were introduced, and some type of exams were introduced there. And I think This pre-submission viva was made compulsory since then. This is called pre-PAD viva, or I can say in some universities it is known as pre-submission seminar. The names are different, but the things are same. And again, we know that at one point there was one compulsion that your thesis, or the examiners who are appointed as the persons who are appointed as the examiners of your thesis, at least one of them should belong to other state. नहीं तो पहले क्या होता था? I will suggest the names of my friends only who belong in the same state, who are very close friend of mine. Even today, those practices are there, but some limitation is there. Some limitation is there. And examination part is there. But despite all these things, things did not change much. Even today, some things are taking place in the same way. Not much change had taken place there. Therefore, once again, UGC became stern. I should say, it became harder and brought out some new amendments in the rules of PhD and MPhil thing. Now, as you know that this NAP 2020 has discontinued the degree of MPhil. It is well known to you. I did not tell anything about that. As I was telling you, so these are the reasons because of which our research degrees are being questioned. And why there is haste? Why there is need for every teacher to have PhD degree with him or her? Why? We remember that most of our teachers who taught us for 20 years, 25 years or more than that did not have any PhD degree. It does not mean that they were not capable. It does not mean that they did not want to do. One or two things are there. In the earlier time, there were no incentives for these PhDs. But in the recent time, there are certain things that took place, and because of which it became mandatory for every teacher to have PhD. Every teacher wants to have PhD. Some of the reasons I told you, it was linked with our qualification. It was again, as of now, we know that without PhD, you cannot become associate professor. You cannot become. After 2018, I remember correctly, after 2018, you cannot become associate professor without PhD. One more thing, peer pressure भी होता है बहुत सारा. ऐसे कोई मिलाए तो मुझे क्यों नहीं मिलती, है ना? Because you see in your college, your peers, your friends, your colleagues have PhD and you don't have. You feel that you are singled out. You feel that you are isolated. You feel that you are out of the mainstream. So peer pressure is there. As we know that sometimes it used to be said that if my neighbor brings some car, I have to bring it, whether I need it or not, whether I deserve it or not, whether I have capacity to buy a car or not. But if my neighbor has bought it, I have to. That kind of peer pressure takes place in PhD also. Fourth thing, as I told you, NAC requirement. Right now, I am writing one paper. The impact of NAC accreditation on the rural colleges, particularly in Marathwada region. You will agree with me that, आप में से बहुत सारे लोग मुझसे एग्री करेंगे कि in rural parts of the colleges or in the rural colleges, everything is done from the NAC point of view. Everything. NAC के लिए जरूरी है इसलिए करना है. NAC चाहता है इसलिए करना है. It is useful for NAC. And sometimes the question appears, what will happen if the NAC things are not there? Whether they will continue to work or not. ये काम करेगी या नहीं करेंगे. मतलब सब कुछ NAC के लिए करना है. And because of that, the primary things are neglected. Am I with you? अब तक मुझे कुछ लोग दिखाई दे रहे थे, अब नहीं दिखाई दे रहे. So what I was telling you that nothing but NAC matters. I repeat, I have kept the title like this. Nothing but NAC matters. Nothing else. हमें पढ़ाई करना जरूरी नहीं है, हमें टेस्ट करवाना जरूरी नहीं है, हमें कुछ भी करना है, सिर्फ NAC करना है. Means, and you know that NAC doesn't have any mechanism to check properly whether regular classes take place in your college or not. That is the fact. You have to agree. Because you know there are many colleges where not a single class for a single day is held. You know. These are the facts. But even then, they get good grade. It means that if you perform, if you fulfill certain things there, you will find or you will be having a good grade. My question here was that because of the NAC requirement, the accuracy coordinator says that everybody in the college must have a PhD degree with him or with her. If someone is not having PhD, there is a pressure from principals, from the management, from the accuracy coordinator. Now you should go do anything but get PhD degree as early as possible because of you, we are losing some marks there in criteria 2. So because of that also, there is a haste, there is urgency in doing PhD, and as the result of that, we know that the quality is downgraded. And last thing here, lack of any efficient mechanism against such malpractices. हम कितने भी रूल निकाले, कितने भी बनाए, there are some way outs, there are some loopholes which do not come under this mechanism. We know that. I am also party to that. I am also witness to that. The same topics are researched, are worked in 2 neighboring universities. Perhaps you get what I am telling you. For example, some scholar is working on Dalit autobiographies in Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, and around the same time, some another scholar is working on the same topic in SRTMU Nanded or some other university. Even UGC has made it compulsory. You know, you must have heard about InflibNet. InflibNet Ahmedabad. This is the agency, this is the institute which looks after so many things about your PhD. Shodh Ganga and other things are there. Shodh Ganga is the initiative of that InflibNet. It expects that before registering your topic for PhD, you must have a look, you must have a review of all those things that are uploaded there. But who cares? No one looks at it. And because of that, what happens? The topics are being repeated, the funds are being utilized for the same thing, wastage of money, wastage of labor, wastage of time is there. And actually, in NEP, there is one provision that is called NRF, National Research Foundation. You must have heard about it. UGC planned to, or I should not say UGC now, the Minister of Education plans to come up with one more new mechanism, that is NRF, National Research Foundation. And the very purpose of this National Research Foundation is to avoid the duplication of research. Duplication means working 2 people on the same topic in different universities or different places. There should not be repetition. So these things are being taken place here. Because of these things, UGC came out, as I told you, some amendments. The last amendment was 2009, then 2016, and now 2022 also. what we are talking today, what we are following today are the amendments that were brought in 2022. And we know one more thing also, that is what we say, care listed journals. It was again about the same thing, Consortium for Research Ethics, 2018. We know what kind of business were taking place as far as publication things were there. We know everything. अब मैं ये भी जानता हूँ कि आपको आपका थीसिस सबमिट करने से पहले 2 पेपर पब्लिश करने होते हैं. Sometimes you could not, sometimes you do not, and by the time you come to know that it is essential, then you approach any publisher and you get it published there. And though most of the publishers have no mechanism to check the quality of the research paper, that article or paper, the things are there. Now, taking into consideration all these things, UGC came with an independent booklet, I should say, independent set of guidelines in 2020 with the name Good Academic Research Practices 2020 or 2020, I should say, not 2020, because of the NEP, and the word has become very much familiar, 2020. I repeat, in 2020, UGC came with an independent booklet which gives you detailed guidelines about how to conduct research, what things should be there. And in the first part of my talk, I'm going to discuss those things with you. I know that this course started on 8th of this month, if I am right.
Yes, sir.
And okay. And some sessions must have taken place on these things. Some sessions. But I have concentrated my talk, or at least first part of my talk, on these good academic research practices. If you people, as the registered researchers, find time to read this booklet, or I should say, this brochure, it will help you a lot. If some of you have already read it, this talk will help you to understand it better way. And some of you have not read it. After this talk, you will love to read that. You will love to read it. Now, let me move to that now. This one. Why these guidelines came? Why these guidelines were issued? The reason is very clear. Remember, in short, we can say GARP, Good Academic Research Practices 2020. And what focus is there? Now, somewhere UGC realized that just bringing some amendments, just bringing some notification is not going to help any longer. So let us bring some detailed document on this issue. And what's for this purpose? Developing and sustaining research integrity with an ethical research culture. So see, ethical culture. Now we have to talk about ethics, because we came to know that rules are not going to help us. सिर्फ कानून बनाने से, नियम बनाने से बात नहीं बन रही. So we have to offer detailed guidelines. Therefore, the thing was there. And another thing, and supporting research culture supported by sound governance structure to abolish research misconducts. आपको ये करना है, वो करना है. If you do not do this, this will happen. If you do this kind of misconduct, these things will take place there. So everything is given in this guidelines, I should say, in this booklet. And what it recommends. Now see, many people must not have taken care to read this one. But what it says, it recommends to create an ORI in every college, in every university. ORI, Office of Research Integrity. I don't know how many universities have started it or how many colleges have started it. But it says to create, that is an ORI, not on ORI, to create an ORI, Office of Research Integrity, as a responsible entity for the local operation and implementation of these guidelines in each institution. इससे पहले क्या था? Means that limited role, I should say, no role was being played by that institute. But now, these guidelines expect that in every institution, when I say institution, college, universities, research institute, or whatever things are there, in every institution, there should be an Office of Research Integrity. This is what this guideline expects. Now, instead of saying every time college and university, a particular word is used there, HEI, Higher Education Institute. That is the common word used for all the things, for universities, colleges and institutes, polytechnics, whatever things are there. And to develop material for training on research integrity, ethical behavior, and good research practices. Now, 2 or 3 things are there. One thing, this ORI should develop a training material also. Second thing, ethical behavior. Means some kind of danda is there. If you misconduct like this, these things will take place there. And at the same time, there are some practices which are considered good for research. So therefore, the title is given there, good academic research practices, what you should do. And I'm going to talk on that only. Now, what this ORI should look after? ये काम सिर्फ यूनिवर्सिटी का नहीं है, ये काम सिर्फ गाइड का नहीं है. रिसर्चर तो थोड़ा नया नया होता है, he or she doesn't know many things. But as an institute, a college knows many more things. As an institute, a university knows many more things. So, what things are to be looked after, or what are the lookouts of the ORI? इस ORI को काम क्या करना है? What are its works? What are its functions? And here are the 3 things which should be taken care by that ORI. And first thing, research design. उसको डिजाइन कैसा करना है? Then conduct of research, how it is to be conducted. डिजाइन की बात तो रजिस्ट्रेशन तक आ गई. The research design is finalized till the moment of your registration. When your registration is confirmed or completed, then begins your research work, and there comes how to conduct your research. And third thing, research dissemination. Dissemination means making it open to all. Making it open to all, or making it open to public for their interest. So these 3 things are the lookouts of the ORI. Now let me go one by one. Now in research design, there are 2, 3, 4 things are there. Now most of you are, I was counting you the benefits of online mode, and I am using the same thing. So what things are there and what cares are to be taken at every stage there? अगर थोड़ा ज्यादा इंग्लिश हो रहा है तो प्लीज रिमाइंड मी, because I know that, as I have been informed that.
No, sir. We can understand you. It is very easy English.
Vaibhavji, you can understand, but there are some people from Marathi and other languages. They may face some difficulties.
No, sir. Your language is very difficult.
I know.
No, sir.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
We note
can,
sir.
Yes, I'm just telling you that I speak English the way I speak Marathi or the way I speak Hindi. So there won't be much difficulty in understanding things because there is no point in using very bombastic and very difficult words just to impress the participant. There is no use at all. So the first point in research design is planning. हम कहते हैं ना कि well beginning is half done. If your research plan is properly made, many difficulties of the future can be settled here only. You can avoid many difficulties that may come up at the later stage. I know many people, I know many researchers, because in the haste, the topic is finalized. Now universities are to be held responsible for that. I know that. I know sometimes university do not offer even 15 days to the candidate to finalize their topic. Even 15 days. I don't know why. 15 दिन का भी टाइम नहीं देते और बोलते कि चलो आपकी ये गाइड को मिल लो, आपका टॉपिक फाइनल कर लो और वहां जो भी आपका प्लान है वो सबमिट कर लो. A plan cannot be finalized within 15 days or a month. It takes time. And we know that in most cases, there is a conflict of interest between the researcher and the guide. क्योंकि गाइड का अपना एक इंटरेस्ट एरिया होता है. We call it specialization. Specialization is one thing and interest area is another thing. Now the research guides or supervisors have their own interest area, and as compared to them, naturally the researchers are inexperienced young people. Now the poor fellow does not know how to do and what to do. Then finally he surrenders to the guide. भाई साहब आप जो कहेंगे मैं करूंगा. And sometimes the things have become so difficult. The things have become so, I can say, problematic that the researcher is always under the threat that he will lose this guide. And if he loses one guide, it will be very difficult for him to find new guide there. Therefore, he surrenders before the research supervisor. आप जो कहेंगे उस पे मैं काम कर लूंगा. He says yes. Little time, his lack of knowledge in that area, and haste. These three things make a poor research plan. फिर बाद में जाके यही रिसर्च प्लान उसको बार बार तकलीफ देता है. Then questions are raised in the pre-submission viva. How this topic could be here? How this topic could be a topic of PhD? What a small area you have taken? What a vast area you have taken? This particular writer does not fit in this topic. Such and such issues come there. Why you use the word there and what you did not use the word the there? Such small things come up there. Why? Because the plan was not properly made. So therefore, I told you, responsible conduct of research begins at the planning stage only. आपका काम आगे जाके कैसे होना है, it is fixed here, it is determined at this stage. If your plan is proper, your work is going to take place in the proper way. And if your plan is poor, definitely you are going to face some difficulties there. So these things should be taken there. Now, what points we should consider and reconsider? I have definitely used the word reconsider. एक बार सोच के नहीं चलेगा. We have to think about it again and again. Now, choice of research questions. Now, I don't know whether our university, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar University, provides a sample of this research plan to the participants or to the candidates. वैभव जी, ऐसा कोई मैकेनिज्म है हमारे पास? ऐसा कोई सैंपल यूनिवर्सिटी प्रोवाइड करती है कि आपका सॉरी
ऑनलाईन अवेलेबल आहे सर. म्हणजे रिसर्च प्लॅन कसं बनवायचं याचं ऑनलाईन अवेलेबल आहे. सगळे पॉइंट्स वगैरे ठेवलेले सर
Okay,
ऑनलाईन.
very nice. Means there is some sample. or at least some framework is there.
Yes, sir.
Framework is there. And therefore, I was telling you, if framework is there, there are some points like introduction, then review of literature, then objectives, hypothesis, research questions sometimes, and so on and so forth. So, if we are able to pinpoint our research questions, many more things become simple. हम ये क्यों करना चाहते हैं, हम इस टॉपिक पे क्यों काम करना चाहते हैं. If you are able to satisfy yourself and your guide and the people sitting before you, no question will arise there. No question will be raised there. Choice of research questions. मैं इस थीसिस में, मैं इस स्टडी में इस सवालों के जवाब ढूंढना चाहता हूं. I want to find answer to this question in my research. Then, if you properly select your research question, then everything is crystal clear. Everything is clear. If you are not clear about that, then the many more things are there. So, first thing, you have to see what your research questions are there. आप उसको ऑब्जेक्टिव भी कह सकते हो अलग भाषा में, but research question is the proper word. I want to find answer to this question. Why I have selected? Then the answer will be there. Why you chose this topic? मैंने शुरू में कहा था ना कि sometimes in the PhD viva a question is asked, why you chose this topic? The answer will be here. If you have done these things quite properly here, then that question will be quite easier to you. So, choice of research question. Then, does the project have any positive outcome for society, industry, country, or the ecosystem in general? मैंने दूसरा सवाल पूछा था, how this research is going to help you in your work. Means, what is going to be the relevance of your topic, your research? What is going to be the use of your research to the society? अगर ये सवाल मुझे कोई लिटरेचर के रिसर्च में बारे में पूछता है तो आंसर इज क्वाइट डिफिकल्ट टू गिव. In most cases, I don't say all the researches in the literature are of the same type, but in most cases, I can say that the literature research or research in literature does not carry any immediate use for society. That could be a good question in social sciences. That could be most important question in sciences. But in literature, understanding of the things, or we can say understanding the human nature, analyzing the thing, those could be your answer. So, another question that I was asking you, does your project have any positive outcomes for society? समाज को क्या फायदा है आपके रिसर्च का? You have to define it there also in the plan itself. Please remember, in the plan itself. Then, is the researcher familiar with the state of art of that domain? ये मैंने सवाल शुरू में किया था कि why poor plans are being made? Because want of time, lack of time. हमें 15 दिन पहले कहा जाता है कि 15 दिन में आपको इसका प्लान बना के देना है. Please remember, plan and synopsis are two different things. Synopsis is summary of something, essence of something, and plan is your tentative plan, your draft we can say. ड्राफ्ट भी नहीं कहना चाहेंगे हम उसको, हम क्या करने जा रहे हैं उसको आगे लेके. अटेंटिव थिंग्स आर देयर. सो इज द रिसर्चर फेमिलियर विद द स्टेट ऑफ आर्ट ऑफ द डोमेन? जिस टॉपिक पे वो बात करने जा रहा है, काम करने जा रहा है, उस टॉपिक पे बारे में वो कितना जानता है रिसर्चर? एज आई टोल्ड यू, वेरी लिटिल टाइम इज गिवन टू द कैंडिडेट्स. sometimes 15 days, sometimes 20 days, sometimes only 8 to 10 days. And in those 8 to 10 days, the researchers had to move here and there. He had to prepare the things, he had to show to the guide, and he had to get his sign also. And what happened then? He does not find time to look into the things, to look into that area. I should. Domain ka matlab yahan area. And poor fellow has to accept whatever the guide offers him or tells him. और बाद में आगे आके पता चलता है कि ही इज जीरो इन दैट एरिया एंड वी नो दैट देर इज अ हाई रेट ऑफ ड्रॉप आउट इन पीएचडी रजिस्ट्रेशन ऑल्सो। ऐसी बात नहीं कि हमारा ड्रॉप आउट सिर्फ बीए में होता है या बीकॉम में होता है, ज्यादा से ज्यादा पीएचडी में भी होता है। इफ सम 8 candidates are with the PhD research guide, only 5 to 6 are able to complete their work. 2 or 3 leave in midway. Why? Because in the haste, in the excitement, the candidate registered themselves with some topic, but after some time, they come to realize, that this is not the cup tea of their cup or say cup of tea. बाद में पता चलता है कि भाई ये अपने बस की बात नहीं है. And then neither they cannot cancel, neither they can cancel nor they re-register. The things take place this way, and everything is spoiled here. Some 8 years, 10 years are lost in the lives of the candidate. So this care must be taken there. Then, is the study feasible in terms of expertise, facilities, and equipment? Again, this is very important topic. Of course, that question does not arise in case of literary research, but in case of scientific research, such things take place there. कि भाई आप जहाँ काम कर रहे हो वहां उतनी फैसिलिटी है, इक्विपमेंट्स हैं. मान लीजिए कि मैं एरोनॉटिक्स पे काम करने जा रहा हूँ. एग्जाम्पल आई एम टेलिंग एरोनॉटिकल इंजीनियरिंग, and I'm working at some remote university or remote college there, where the Department of Physics or Department of Electronics is not there, and I am working on that. Again, I have to see whether my research guide is competent enough to guide me, whether I have necessary material with me. So all these things we have to take into consideration while planning our research or while making our research design. Then, is there any necessity to seek approvals from any regulatory bodies? ये भी हमें पता नहीं चलता कभी कभी. We don't know. You are working on a particular topic, but to work on that particular topic, we need to get permission from those people. For example, recently I came across one case. One of my researchers was working on the topic. Now he's going to face his viva very soon. Portrayal of Mahatma Gandhi in Indian English drama. I repeat, the topic was portrayal of Mahatma Gandhi in Indian English drama. As usual, वक्त कम था, मैंने भी यस कर दिया, उसने भी यस कर दिया, टॉपिक रजिस्टर हो गया. Later on, I came to know that the place he had chosen. कोई बात नहीं, मनीषा जी देखने दीजिए. At later time, I came to know that the topics, the place the researcher has chosen are not published. Sudhaji, afterwards, I came to know that the place he has chosen for this study, some of the plays are not published. They are in the manuscript form. They are in the screenplay form. And unless the play is published, you cannot work on that. You cannot work on that because it is not in the public domain. It is not open to all. Then we have to seek the permission of those playwrights. We have to seek the permission of the family members of that playwright if the playwright was dead. So my point was here that at the planning level itself, हमें प्लानिंग लेवल पे भी देखना पड़ेगा, यही देखना पड़ेगा कि whether we need to seek permission of some regulatory bodies or some individuals. Otherwise it will be very difficult. आप अगर किसी का कोई प्ले, कोई नॉवल या कोई पोएट्री अनपब्लिश्ड है, तो विदाउट द परमिशन ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर original writer or poet, you cannot go ahead. So these things we have to take care. So if these questions are answered at the planning level, the things will be easier to you. And as I told you, I was referring to it again and again, universities do not give sufficient time for the researchers and supervisors to work on the planning carefully. हमें वक्त ही नहीं मिलता, पता नहीं क्यों. I would be happy to use this platform here to request universities, but you can ask the candidates to complete their research plan after this PhD coursework also. इसके बाद भी तो हो सकता है ये. जरूरी नहीं कि आपको उससे पहले ही करना है, टॉपिक फाइनल करना है रिसर्च का. It is not necessary that you should begin in the very beginning.